Welcome. In this video, we're going to do a solo playthrough of Hellboy the Board Game using the In Mexico expansion. So down at the table, I've gone ahead and pretty much set everything up. And this is based off of the case file. So I've turned this over and have the map set up like so. So the areas with an X got a special encounter card in it. And then I mix the others up based on this setup. And I've got the deck of doom already made. So this is the Mask of Camazotz. During your latest training session, you've been set upon by the undead hordes of the dread god Camazotz. His evil scheme is to pervert the honor of Lucha Libre and has defeated the reigning champion. He has convinced the crowds that he and his foul friends are simply in costumes, his horrific visage merely a mask. There's only one way to defeat him: seek out his closest allies, challenge them, and defeat them in the ring. Once you have his attention, demand a match with the beast himself. The loser gives up their mask, and he's not wearing a mask, so I guess you'll just have to take his head instead. So this is a hard challenge rating, so not expecting to win this, but hopefully I can at least make it to the boss battle, and a medium for duration. So on our next card here, it's letting us know we're putting an insight marker on each even-numbered space of the information track. We've got that done. Put a reaction marker on this card, and its matching trigger for 2 agents is going to go on space 10. We have that set up, so I'm assuming that's when the big match comes out. If the impending doom marker reaches trigger, we're going to flip this card and something bad's going to happen. So I'll place that there. And then here, our case file. You're taking a moment between rounds. When the chatter of the crowd turns to screams, suddenly the minions of Camazotz leap into the ring. Your fight is now to the death. So prepared these minions. Flipping this card. Under the board is a large room made up of 4 tiles with a wrestling ring in the center. So I've got that set up. All the areas within the wrestling ring ropes are treated as one room. So one room with 4 areas, and all the other areas outside are treated as another room. So this whole area is another room with a whole bunch of separate areas. If an agent in the wrestling ring is hurled, they must be hurled out of the ring. The characters hurled out of the ring, they suffer damage equal to the roll of the orange die. So Rudo agents upgrade 1 die on all defend test, and Technico agents makes a fight test, and they move through the ropes this phase. They upgrade 1 of their dice. So this goes to the in-play area, which I've just got off to the, I'll just put off to the side. And this is begin the first round. Flip this card when a point of interest is placed on the board, which I'm assuming is going to be our special big rooms. And while I wanted someone with range, I'm staying with the wrestling. So we've got Luchador Hellboy and Esteban. So taking a closer look at those cards. We can see what his dice are going to be for fighting, shooting, investigating, and defense. He has championship ambitions. If you defeat the last enemy on the board, roll an orange die. On a roll of 2, advance the information gather track. Still fire resistant, so just take 1 damage no matter what the fire is, and shake it off when testing fight. Spin the BPRD result to heal 2 damage. Still has his taunt and big right hook. And down here for 2 of his action dice. Remove a piece of scenery in his area, then pick an enemy in the same area. That enemy is stunned and suffers damage equal to the scenery's size plus the result of a red die. And I'm bringing in the Ancient Blade, Lucky Charm, and some field dressing. This might be cheating, but without guns, I want the best things I can get. So yes, we're bringing an Ancient Blade to a wrestling match. So melee weapons, fight, test uses upgrade weapon, gain an upgrade. If we roll the BPRT when using this, double the result of 1 test die in addition to any other outcome. This will let us, well, field dressings lets us heal, Lucky Charm lets us ignore damage. And we're starting with a mask. So we've got a Rudo. And the Rudo triggers, we get an upgrade, 1 die on all defend tests while in the ring. Under singlet, flip this card to make a free move action. Then Esteban, he's got his mask, making him a Rudo. He's got some tequila. Spin an action cube to roll 2 red dice and heal damage equal to the result, and flip the card. See his dice there for his actions. Special rules, it's got a Sacred Heart. For each damage he suffers in the enemy phase, place a marker cube on his agent board. You can spend these marker cubes to upgrade dice on fight tests in the agent phase of the same round. Unspent cubes are discarded at the end of the round. Loves killing monsters, so when you defeat an enemy, heal a damage. Of course, he only has 4 spots down there. And he parties like there's no tomorrow. When testing fight, spin the BPRD result to unflip any flipped requisition cards that would usually be flipped when taking time. So we have a backup sidearm in case we need to do some range, Lucky Charm, and then he's coming in with Bud Walker. Just a quick refresher on our round summary. We've got the enemy phase, agent phase, resting, doom, and then their end phase, and repeat until we win or we don't win. All right. All right, we're going to spin 1. Moving, free action to open the door. Seeing what we get here. Area 1, we're getting minion DNA, then a couple frog swarms, and a clue. Minion A is a hungry vampire. D is the horseman. Goodness. And a frog swarm in there, and a clue. So we've got that set up. So we're going to go with Esteban. And he's going to move 1, 2, bringing these guys further into this pit. Then last action, we're going to fight the hungry vampire. So we're fighting with reds. And we have 1 extra enemy in here, so 1 downgrade. And we'll set that up right there. So resilience of 1 and 6 health. So taking 4 damage. Then Hellboy is going to move 2 spaces. Then move 1 space. And spin an action to get rid of some frogs. No time to rest, so Doom phase. Give this another quick shuffle. And we have Blood Wakes the Long Dead. Put this card into play. The next time an agent suffers any damage, discard this card and put a hungry vampire into their area. That'll be triggering shortly. And in phase, we'll get all our cubes back. All right, next round. Enemies are gone. Vampires go first. He's in a spot with someone, so attacking. 5 attack coming our way. Our defense is orange. And there's another enemy in there, so we're getting 1 downgrade. And that didn't go well. We're going to make that a 2 successes, so we've got 3. We're taking 2 damage. Every time we take a damage, we get a cube. And for him, for each damage this enemy deals to an agent, it heals 1 damage. So flipping that down. And next time an agent suffers any damage, discard this and put a hungry vampire into their area. And I assume that's going to mean he's going to attack right away. Downgrade another die. Get to re-roll. So we block 4, taking 1. This isn't going well. Then he's attacking. So when this enemy moves at least 2 areas before attacking, it's fine right where it's at. So it's a melee attack of 6. And we're taking 3. So 1, 2, 3. And give us some more tokens. All right, so this is going to make us downgrade one of our fight dice. This doesn't take effect immediately. It's only when during the end phase that we'll get one less action die. First thing we're going to do, spin an action cube to drink some tequila. Spin an action cube to roll 2 red dice, heal damage equal to the result, then flip this card. So we're healing 2, so that's going to flip these back over. So we need to sleep it off. When the agents next take time, you cannot take a rest action. Instead, flip this card. Then he's going to spin an action cube. You know what? We're spending 2. We're going to use a special ability. Remove all marker cubes from Esteban's agent board. Each enemy in his room suffers damage equal to the number of cubes removed. We're removing 6 cubes. It's going to take care of these 2. And him also, which is going to trigger when you defeat an enemy, heal 1 damage. So 1, 2, and 3. I'll mix these up since... So that went well. Then Hellboy will move in, get rid of some frogs, take a look at the clue. Rolling orange dice. Getting 2, 4, 6, 7. And with 6 or above, we move 2 on this and grab one of our tokens. I'll just sit over here. And we're going to end the turn. So we are going to rest, which will allow this to flip over. Also allows Bud Waller test when the agents take time on a score of 3 to 5, advance information gathered on a 6 up. And it got a 6 up. And I think we're going to bring him in with us. He's going to be a shooter for us, so he's going to get 1 action cube. Waller can assist with defending tests made by agents in areas adjacent to the one he is in. All right, so put that over here. Go to the Doom phase. Crowd once more. Immediately explore 1 explored room connected by a door to any currently explored room. The lead agent chooses which if there's more than 1. If there are none, ignore this card. So we'll go ahead and explore this one. So we get a minion C, a point of interest 3, a clue, and a minion D. A wager of exile. When an enemy or agent suffers damage in this room, they are also hurled. So minion C is a swordsman. Got a point of interest, a clue, and a minion D. So flipping this because we found a point of interest. Hunched in the corner of the room is a foul beast, a vampire dressed as a luchador. This is the first of the lieutenants of Kamazats you must defeat. Place a hungry vampire in the area with a point of interest. Put a marker cube on the vampire's base to show that it is a lieutenant. The lieutenant has a resilience of 2, health of 10, melee attack of 6 instead of the regular values. Agents cannot make explore actions until the lieutenant is defeated. When the lieutenant is defeated, advance the information gather track, and then discard this card. Well, that's not going to go well for us. Hungry vampires go first. He's got to move a 2. So he'll move in here with us. Priority is going to be Hellboy. So our defense is orange. And we don't get bonuses for our friends in here. And with that, we're going to ignore one of the dice, which means 5 damage is coming in, and we're going to use our lucky charm. Flip this card to ignore all damage inflicted on your agent by a single attack or game effect. Then this guy's coming in, going after Esteban with an attack of 6. And now we're going to get a downgrade. We get to re-roll. We're going to re-roll everything. Didn't help much. 4 damage. You know what? We'll use our lucky charm. Then the horseman, we have 5 here. He still counts as just a single piece, unfortunately. So he's going to make it in here, going after Hellboy. And he moved 2 areas, so the attack is 8. And this is going to hurt. We'll make that a 2 and take 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, our turn. All right, so Hellboy gets his 3 red dice. We're going to get 2 downgrades and 1 upgrade because we're using our ancient blade. Guess we do have all our cubes back. We are going to spend 2 to do our big right hook. Make a fight action. If you hit, target suffers 3 additional damage and is stunned and hurled. And I'm going after the lieutenant. And that's unfortunate. So that's going to cancel the 2. We're only doing 1 damage. Oh, actually, yes. We're doing 1 damage. That goes through the resilience of 2. We're doing 1 damage. Because of this, we're doing an additional 3, so 4 damage. And we get to hurl him. We're going to hurl him and stun him. Then we're going to go after this guy. So we've got an upgrade and a downgrade. Oh, gotta stop rolling those dice. So we're doing 0 damage. So Hellboy is done. Along with Bud, he gave us an upgrade earlier. So he's attacking with a downgrade, going after the little guy. We've got a reroll. So a resilience of 3, so doing 2 damage. Second attack, same thing. Doing 0 damage. Third attack. Get a ×2, so we're doing 4, 5, so 2 damage to him. He's got a health of 4, so that takes him out. And we're going to heal a damage. And we're done with that. So, Deck of Doom. From the shadows, advance the impending doom track. And we did take a rest, so that should have been moved up too. Use target priority to choose an agent, then spawn a minion A in that agent's area. So we use priority. We're on the same spot. Hungry vampires coming in. Get our tokens back. And enemy phase. Starting with the vampires. This guy's stunned, so he just stands up. This one is attacking Hellboy, so we'll change that priority. Got an attack of 5. Got 1 downgrade. Got a re-roll. So we're taking 2 damage. Now this guy is going after Esteban. With 6. And we're blocking 4, so we're going to take 2 damage. Not going to re-roll anything. And get 2 cubes. All right, we are going to start with Esteban making an attack with 1 downgrade. We're going to spend both of these for 2 upgrades. No, actually, we'll just spend 1. Basically, I just canceled the downgrade out. We're going to go after the vampire. So 7 damage, which is exactly enough to take him out. He's going to heal. Next attack on the horseman with an upgrade. Resilience of 3. And canceling that, 0 damage. And just another attack. This time 6 minus 3, so 3 damage on it. Hellboy, big right hook, spinning 2. Get our upgrade, we're always using our blade. All right, so we're doing 10 damage. It's going to be enough to kill it, but we also get to throw him, which is going to do an orange die worth of damage to that guy. One. Then we're going to do a spinning action for field. Spinning action to heal up to a total of 2 damage from your agent and or another agent in your area. Then flip this card. So we're going to heal that and take this off. And then we have Bud. It's going to shoot over here, and he shoots with orange dice. Three damage. So 1 goes through, 6. So Doom phase. Times are wasted. Advance impeding Doom track. That was his cube, so get our cubes back. Enemy phase coming in after Hellboy. With an attack of 6. And we got a times 2, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7. No damage. Awesome. We're going to go with Esteban. Making an attack. 6, 7 damage. So 5 going through, that's going to defeat him. So he will heal. Then a cube for movement. 1, 2. Cube for movement. 1, 2. Free action for this guy to move to his area. Hellboy move 2. Another 2. And move there. We are going to rest. Hellboy is going to roll 2 reds and heal that much. Healing 3. And then roll a yellow to see if his luck's run out. It hasn't, so we're going to flip this back over. And we'll do the same thing for that. And that gets discarded then. His action is going to be to investigate, discard a clue counter on the board, advance our track by 2. Reset our target priority and advance that. And get our tokens back. Next, enemy phase. None on the board, so agent phase, Hellboy, free action. Got a frog swarm, minion C, A, and a clue. Frogs there. Swordsman. Zombie. And a clue. We're going to take a movement. Go zombie hunting. 1, 2. Attacking. Got our BPRD. So in this weapon, double the result of 1 test die in addition to any other outcome. So that's going to deal 8 damage. Plus, when testing, spin that to heal 2. And the 8 damage is going to be enough to kill him. So Hellboy, we'll just go ahead and move in here. Then over here, Esteban is going to move 2. Spend a cube to get rid of the frogs. Free action for him to move there. Then he's going to shoot into here. Actually, should have waited for Hellboy. We'll take that back a step. So he can shoot in there without any downgrades. We've got a reroll. Sure. We'll see if we can do better. We didn't. So 0 damage because he has a resilience of 3. Then Hellboy and Esteban will move on in. Doom. Visions of the future. Advance impending doom track. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck of Doom, shuffle them, then return them face down to the top of the deck. So basically we get to see how bad things are coming. We've got lots and lots of tequila. That seems good, right? Coffin Man. And Cursed and Furred. End phase, enemy phase. So target is Hellboy. And defending. Oh, good thing we got a reroll because that was terrible. Still taking 3 damage though. Hellboy's going to start with the attacking. Get a ×2, so 6, 7, 8, 9. Auto killed. We'll have Esteban move over and take a peek in here. So we've got scenery, minion D, and a clue. Good place for a siesta. Next time the agents take time, each agent in this room can perform 2 rest actions instead of 1. Nice. So we've got some scenery there. Unfortunately, we've got a horseman there. And a clue. So Esteban will move free action, make an attack. Gonna use, so the attack is that. Get an assist for an upgrade. Get to re-roll some dice. So 8 damage, -3. Well, all right, dead. Hellboy will move in and spin another one to move a little further. We are going to rest, and in that room we get to take 2 rest actions. Hellboy's first action is going to be healing for 4. Then he's going to get rid of one of those to advance that. And his first action will be to get another one. Second action, did we have another one hiding over there? Apparently not. All right, and that's going to move up. So next round, enemy phase, we've got none. Agent phase, free action to open this door. Minion A, point of interest. Minion C, and a clue. Wager of the mask. When you defeat an enemy in this room, look at the top card of the deck of doom and put it back on top or bottom of the deck. If you suffer damage from an enemy in this room, discard a card if possible. So Minion A is a vampire. Point of interest 2. Skeletal form rises from the floor, clad in ancient armor, sword in its hand. It points an obvious challenge on behalf of its dark master. Place an undead conquistador swordsman in an area with a point of interest. So it goes clockwise. Lieutenant has 10 health, melee attack of 8 instead of the regular values. Agents cannot make explore actions until the lieutenant is defeated. When the lieutenant is defeated, advance the information gather track, and then discard this card. I don't think I did that for the other one, but I'm not sure it matters. And we're going to get a regular one there. And a clue. So we're going to start with Bud taking a shot. Shooting at this vampire. Ooh, 8 damage. Killed him. Awesome. Then Hellboy. Let's see. You know what? We're going to use is flip this card to make a free move action. So move into there. Then take an action to make a melee attack. Now we're getting our bonus. So we're going to make that be a double there and a double for here. So it's going to be 4, 8, 9 damage. -3. It's doing a total of 6. Second action is going to be a big right hook. Got a ×2, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're doing 5 damage, enough to kill him, but we get to hurl him into this guy. Which is going to do an orange die of damage. 1. Then Esteban will move. 1, 2. Attack. That's not good. Cancels that. And if that is rolled when making a fight test that targets this enemy, the agent suffers damage equal to the score of the highest test die in addition to any other effects. Well, those are 0, but I'm assuming that's still going to be 2. And he'll try harder. All right, 4, 5, 6, -3, so doing 3 up to 4. 1 away from death. No, that's enough to kill him. Just enough. And that heals him 1. So we defeated the big guy, which moved this up a spot. I guess we did take down 3 enemies. Place this card by the agent, the downgrade. We're going to put that on the bottom. Second one, advance impending doom track. All undead minions from the board. They are not considered to have been defeated for the purpose of any rolls that occur when enemies are defeated. I'm good with keeping that there. But we did take damage. Wager of the Mask. If you suffer damage from an enemy in this room, discard. So Esteban's been demasked. Not cool. No way to get that back that I'm aware of. All right, so we go to the Doom, which is advance impending doom. And remove all undead. There aren't any. So done with that. We get our tokens back. And start running. Don't think we're going to make it. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Free action. Back to the Doom phase. Put this card into play. While it is in play, when an agent next rolls the skull on a test, they suffer damage. Discard this card when a skull is rolled or when the agents take time. All right, next turn. Token. Free move. Open the door. Frogs. Another frog with scenery. A minion B and minion A and a clue. And those go out there with a clue. We're going to have Esteban move 1 spot and then get rid of a frog. Hellboy is going to move 3 squares and get rid of another frog. And doing nothing. Deck of Doom, a feud match. If there are no enemies on the board, advance impending doom track. Otherwise, put this card into play. While this card is in play, agents downgrade 1 die on all defend test, but upgrade 1 die on fight test. Discard this card when there are no enemies remaining on the board. And get our cubes back. Enemy phase. Hungry Vampire first, going after Esteban. There's a downgraded defense die, and 5 damage coming in. And easily defended all that. So the Crypt Spirit, going after Hellboy. So when an agent would take any amount of damage from this enemy, they instead place an injury in the first free space on their track. All spaces are full. They flip a damage marker as normal. That's not good. It's got range and ranged attack of 5. Well, we're going to use this guy's ability for an upgrade. And hope that's enough to get rid of 5 damage coming in. And it is. All right. So Esteban's going to fight. we will double 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Gone. And heals. Then move and attack. Double again. 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's enough to take care of this one. He will open the door. So we've got a frog swarm with a scenery 1, another frog, and a clue. Frog course in the end phase, count any frogs in this room twice. Nasty. So frog and 1. Frog and clue. Hellboy is going to move. Get rid of a frog. Is there nothing better to do? Move again. And so if we keep the frogs, we advance the track. If we rest to get rid of the frogs, we advance the track. So we might as well rest. So we've got nothing to heal. We'll take one of our actions to get rid of the frog. The other one take an action to get rid of a clue, which will move this. We'll get our singlet back on. I forgot to use the upgrades on that, but didn't matter. They're all going anyway. Let's see. So Doom phase. Oh, we rested, so this moves up. Doom phase, time between bouts. Put this card into play. The next time the agents take time, do not advance the impending Doom track, then discard this card. Nice. Then end phase. All right, Hellboy, free action. Taking a look in here. So minion A. Then we're getting our point of interest, which is going to be a terrible trio of monstrous bats collapsed from inky darkness. Their screams a fearful demand to meet them in the mortal combat. Place a giant bat in each area of the room other than the one with the point of interest. When the last of the giant bats is defeated, each agent can immediately make a rest action, then skip to the end phase. At the end of the phase, discard this card. All right, the bats. Resilience of 3 and 10 health. In each end phase, this enemy heals 2 damage. Latch 1, the highest priority agent in the same area as a giant bat cannot move. Retreat and return. While a giant bat has 6 or more damage markers, it replaces its brawler tag with coward. That's nasty. All right. Oh, wait, that was... Point of interest was there. We get a clue over here. And 2 crypt spirits in that spot. And Wager of the Innocent. All agents upgrade 1 die on all fight tests in this room. If an agent suffers damage, another agent of their choice also suffers the same amount of damage. Well, that's just plain nasty. All right. Movement. Free move with this guy. Hellboy is going to take a free move. Then it's going to attack the bat. We get a downgrade for the other guy, upgrade for that, and another upgrade there. We're doing a big right hook on that bat. Oh, that's not good. That's going to cancel a 3. Along with they suffer damage. Oh, we took time. That shouldn't be in play. Never mind. So it's just cancel that. 4 damage on a resilience of 3. So we're doing 1 damage plus 3. So 4 on brown bat. And we're hurling him into this room. And everyone else in that room's taking 0 damage. Bummer. But he is at least stunned. And that was probably not a good idea to throw him in there. Too late now, though. All right, Hellboy is going to attempt to finish off the guy in there with him. Which I hope should work here. We get to re-roll 5, 6, 7 damage on something that has a resilience of 1 and 6 health. 7's our magic number. Esteban is going to move 1, 2. Make an attack. Four damage on him. All right, and he's going to shoot in there at that mess on the brown bat. He gets 1 upgrade for shooting a stunned character, 3 downgrades for all the other things, so it's going to equal this. Times 2, so 4 damage going in. Actually does 1. All right, Doom phase. Put this card into play. While it is in play, advance impending Doom track. Each time an agent suffers 1 or more injuries, discard this card when the agents take time. All right, enemy phase. Crypt Spirits are first. Basically, one's going to go after Esteban and then one after Hellboy. Going after Esteban first. He's going to get 1 upgrade because there's another character in his spot, so needing a defense of 5. And doing fine. Then the other one's shooting at Hellboy. And he's taking 3 damage. Oh, but instead of taking 3 damage, he just puts an injury on there. And if an agent suffers damage, another agent of their choice also suffers the same amount of damage. I'm going to assume that's going to be the same thing over here. And put this, while as in play, advance impending Doom track. Each time an agent suffers 1 or more injuries, discard this card. So we're advancing that, which is going to trigger into A happening, which is not going to be good. So read if the trigger marker was reached. Kamazats will wait no longer, and neither will the crowd. The people bay for your defeat at his hands and are hauled to the ring for the final showdown by the mob. The agents are moved to the starting area. Discard this card, then discard case file cards from the deck without resolving them until you reach the last one. So we are moving here. And we are starting the confrontation. Setup is described on page 26 of the rulebook. which basically means we're flipping this thing over. Getting rid of the deck of doom. We will reset target priority. We have all these tokens here. And I think we would have better off not going in that door. So the boss for this is Kamazats. Set him up in the starting area. On each other area of that tile, set up a minion A and a minion B. All right. And since we don't have any more of those to set up, we go to the next spot, which is going to be Swordsman. Yeah, we've lost. So during the confrontation, minions cannot enter the ring unless they are hurled there. Agent can only enter the ring if there is not already an agent in the ring. Agent can discard an insight to ignore this restriction. But if they are in the ring in the end phase, they are hurled out. An agent inside the ring can spin an action cube to tag an agent in an adjacent area containing no enemies. When they do, the agents switch places without needing to evade. So he's got a move of 2, resilience of 3, 20 health, melee attack of 10, cannot be stunned. If the skull is rolled when making a fight test that targets him, draw a behavior card and resolve it immediately in addition to any other effects. And I've got his boss cards here. All right, we're going to see how long this lasts. I am going to move the camera down so a little closer to the action. And bring our agent over. And with these cards, they're not going to matter anymore. We're not advancing the impending doom track, and there's going to be no more resting. Fix our ring. And start where their minions going. So the boss. Attack. Agents in the boss area. The boss makes a melee attack against an agent in their area. Use target priority if needed. So attacking Hellboy. Melee of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have our lucky charm, so that was flipped over. So we're going to ignore all damage, and that's going to be useless to us. So our target priority shifts. So once again, our minions cannot enter the ring, but it doesn't say anything about ranged attacks. So our hungry vampires are as close as they're going to get, so they're just going to stay there. Let's mess the ring up here. Then the crypt spirits do have range, so targeting Esteban, who has 1 downgrade on defense, but he gets 1 upgrade. Well, he's going to get 3 upgrades. I'm sorry. Yes, 3 upgrades for the other agents in the area. So hiding. And we negated the 5 attack. They have a move of 2. So 1, 2. Then the swordsman. They're good where they're at. Don't have any horsemen. Then the bats. This guy's going to stand up and heal 2. Let's see, movement for the bats is 4. It's going to heal 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we get to go. This only applies to that room over there that we're never going to step foot back in. Got all our cubes back. So Esteban makes an attack. Against a resilience of 3. Terrible. Did 1 damage. Second attack. Re-rolling. So doing 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Third attack. We can re-roll. Doing 4 damage. Down to 12. So Hellboy is going to make an attack. And he's got an upgrade coming. So we get to use that as a double and something else. We're going to use it as a heal 2 damage to flip this over and get rid of it. So 6, 7, 8 damage, which is going to be 5, taking it down to 7. Then take a second action. That's not nearly as good. 1, 2, 3, doing 2 damage, down to 5 health. And last action with an additional upgrade. Hoping for a kill. Ooh, bummer. So get rid of that. Talk about bad luck. All right. Draw a behavior card and resolve it immediately in addition to any other effects. All agents in the boss's area are hurled. Well, we'll throw this guy over here. And because of this scenario, he's taking an orange die along with those. So we're just using the same orange die for everyone. So everyone's taking 1 damage. Then we'll hurl him this direction. Taking 1. And hurl Hellboy that direction. Everyone takes 2. Then we jump to the enemy phase. Priority goes to Esteban, poor guy. See what the boss wants to do. Otherwise, the boss moves up to 2 areas towards the closest agent. The boss enters that agent's area. It makes a melee attack against them. Pile driver. So that's our normal stuff. 2 other enemies in there, 2 downgrades. $10 damage coming in. We're taking 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's down. Then hungry vampires. We've got 1 in a spot with him. They are all a 5. We've got 1 downgrade. So we're good from that one. Another one's moving in. Which creates another downgrade. So we're taking 1 damage. Then this vampire's coming in. So we're taking 3. Then the Crypt Spirits, first one's making an attack of 4. We're just going to take 2 damage. And when we're all full over here, we'll just flip as normal. Those would have been distributed already. Then these are moving 2. Then the Swordsman. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got room for one more guy to jump in there. That spot is full. Got a 6. So we're taking 3 damage. Then the bats get to go. This one's going to heal. Moving 4. 1, 2, 3. Attacking on him. It's going to have 2 downgrades. Oh, actually, give him a 3 there. Then the second one's going to attack him, and I think that's going to be it for him. He's out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to 1 health. Then Hellboy gets to go. He is going to try to throw a Crypt Spirit at the bat. Unfortunately, 4 downgrades with an upgrade. So we're all orange. Three damage. Resilience of 2. Actually, no. It's just 2. We did 0 damage. So a regular attack on the same creature, because when we moved out, we can't move into that spot because the area would be too full. And that's going to cancel that. We did 2 damage to it, which is enough to kill it. And that's good because that's going to give that guy enough room to come in and finish us off. So in phase, we're just getting 2 action cubes because of that. Boss behavior. Otherwise, let's see. Lead agent is within 2 areas of the boss. Yes, the boss moves into the lead agent's area. If there is not enough room, hurl characters other than the lead agent until there is room. Lead agent can decide which characters. Then the boss makes a melee attack that targets a lead agent. And we get to defend with way too many downgrades. 2 out of 10, and we're knocked silly. So that is what a hard challenge rating looks like. And even without all those monsters, we were doomed anyway. I was hoping we could at least taken him out. We came fairly close, but didn't make it in the end. So that is Hellboy in Mexico. As always, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.